Hello, and this video is covering mistakes that you can make while numbering. So, this is just something, it's always advisable to just number all the time. At the start, I know it can be like, I don't want to number because something's going to change, but if that's the reason you're not numbering, that's the reason you should be numbering because you don't want to have mistakes like that. So basically, I have all these plates, and most of them they were all like this with 4 bolts. This is actually a beam behind, which I have set to not show and should be set not to be used for lists or anything. It shouldn't really be used for collisions either. But so this plate here was numbered with P1, so that's fine. And if we go and check another one that's similar, naming P1. So these are different angles, but these plates are all numbered the same because if I check, we should see. Actually, that's something I need to change. So the guy wants to install these. So that's another mistake, right? If you see, these are P1. This one is a straight one. And this one is a diagonal one, and they're both P1s. So that's also a mistake. So basically, the problem we have here is a couple of problems here actually that I'd forgotten about. He decided that he wants to now do these ones as, so he's going to attach this to this. So what we're going to do is I'll end up coming in here, and actually this one is not attached to the plate either, right? If I check it, it's actually attached to that beam. So that's why the numbering worked, sorry, because I created this attached to the plate. So basically I'll have to go back and change these welds in here to be sight welds and change these bolts to shop bolts, and then I'll have these on the assembly drawing so they'll go to field with hand tight bolts. But anyway, get on with the numbering, wasting time. So what I've done is I've extended these ones down and they wanted an extra bolt in these. So the bolt center should be 8 inches. So let's just check. It's not. So this should be 8 inches. We see we're almost getting a clash there, but it's okay. And this one here is at the 8 inches already, right? It's at 10 inches also. Oh, is it 8, 5, 5, 10? Let me have a look. This is not it. I think it was 5 and 5 and 1 foot 6 is 18 is 10. You know what? I'll leave it at 10 for now. I can change it in a minute if I have to. So, sorry, dragging this out a bit. So I'll make this 10. So these two are the same. They're different to all the other ones, right? Basically. And this one here, it's P1. Alright, that's good. Alright, so what's going to happen now is this one is a P1 and this one is a P1 because I numbered them previously and didn't renumber them. So what we want to do now is we want to number all these. So I also have a stairs here which I don't want to number. This was literally just drawn up just to give them some sections, but it's not the correct run and it's not the correct elevation. So I don't want to number any of that stuff. So let me go in. I should have something saved in here for the numbering. Project Explorer. Steel. So I should really be more specific with that. Select elements. You can see it's all the elements up here. So let's zoom in here and then we'll just number. And one thing I like is it will show you here, so you can see these are all the beams I have inside the concrete to create the connections that I'm not using. And then we have B1, B10. If we scroll down, we see we have, there was already P2s, which, let me see where they are. So the P2s are over here. They're different ones, yeah, for this concrete. That's fine. The only ones that have been renumbered are these P1s, which have been named now P3. So if I select where they are, we can see that they are the two that I just changed. So if we didn't change them, let me see what would have happened. So let me just go back. I'll go back out of numbering just to show you. Okay, and I think I need to go back more, do I? Yeah, alright, let's see what we got there now. P1, alright, so these are the same. So now if we go in here and go to a single part on a B drawing, let's see what happens. Now what's going to happen is this most likely is going to have a weird number, or it is going to be a mess up in the list. Show part detail. Alright, for one it's too big, so for one we need to go in and change the scaling on that drawing. So we can see this is half to 1. And it's using 4 single part plate. So I really need to create my own drawing style for that plate. And let's come down. And let's see what we got. We got 15 plates. So that's fine. The number is right? Because we had 13 and 2. It's 15 plates, but you can see these plates have 5 holes and 5 holes, 10 holes total. Let's detach these. These are actually files that are attached to this prototype. This is my laptop. I have to fix that. So if I go back here to the model, there's 13 of these, but these ones have 5 holes and these ones only have 4 holes. So 13 of them only have 4 holes, and 2 of them have 10 holes, so or 5 and 5 holes. So what happens then is if we go back, so I created that by picking this one. So if I go back in here, select elements, number this, okay. Can see the same thing has happened, right? So now this is P1. So if I minimize this, just move it over here. Let's go into this part. Now if let's see if I click on this one. It's not going to show me a part, even though I created picking that one, right? And even though there's 5 holes, because that is not the number 1 anymore. If I go in here, we can see show part detail not up to date. I already have it opened, but click on this, it'll take me to it. And then we can see, let's pick this and let's see what happens when we update it. This should change to 13 and this should go to 4 and 4 holes. Should. So it's gone to 13 and it's gone down to the 8 holes, 4 and 4. So that's good. So if you update it while you're in the drawing, which some people don't like to do, I like to see my updates. If I come up here, I can see this is still 15. So go to labels and dimensions, update lists, and this list should change to 13 plates. Okay, and then over here, can see this has changed to 13 plates. So we're now up to date with this drawing. So if I go back to the model, select this plate, you can see that your part detail is up to date. This is usually correct. Usually. There can be instances with larger drawings where you update one detail and it's showing you it's up to date, but all the details aren't up to date. But that's usually with like something like this sheet here. So now what you want to do is you want to go back to the model and you want to go back to this one that you originally created the detail from. And let's go to same thing again. Okay, and that's going to create the part for that. And then we can go back in here, show part detail. And then we can see we have the same problem here, right? So I'm actually going to fix this problem right now. So you can see there's 2 and there's 2. So